guys, thanks for stopping by Wanna Be a Country Cleaver. We're going to be whipping up a mango mojito sorbet today because I know that most of the nation is reeling from all of this heat, but here in Seattle we're having a little bit of a rough time kind of coaxing summer on in. So we're going to whip something up to cool you guys off over back east and, you know, bring a little summer this way. So let's get started. What I'm going to do here with this about 1.5 pounds of mango is I'm going to take and cut off the end, and I'm actually going to just take my vegetable peeler and I'm going to remove all of the skins from here. They're really tough, not super edible, and really they aren't really something I want to put through my food processor. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to remove these skins. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to take the entire mango and I'm going to cut it up into little cubes that'll be food processor ready, so we get a really nice smooth mango puree going. So here's the mangoes all nice and peeled, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right down the sides of these, slicing the fruit away from the seed right in the middle. You know, these seeds kind of seem to vary, so I'm really just going to have to feel my way through the whole fruit to get as much of it off of there as I can. And so since I have a little left, I'll do a little shimmying around on here. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a little extra mango, right? Oh, not much there. Okay, so this one's all but done, so I'm just going to leave them here and go ahead and move on to my next one. I want to leave the flat side down so I have a nice even cutting surface. You don't want this whole thing sliding all over the place, because just like this last one, it was really ripe. They can get pretty slippery pretty quickly. So let's see. Get a little extra, little slivers off here and there. Oops. See? Slippery little suckers. Ha, name that movie. Okay, so that one's all but done. I'll just take these little slivers and cut them up into food processor friendly cubes here. And with these guys, the big hunks that I've already cut off the mango, I'm just going to leave them on their flat side and cut them into slices, and then turn them 90 degrees and cut them into cubes just like this. And into the bowl they go. Repeating the process with all the rest of your mangoes. Okay? And after we're done cubing our mangoes, we're going to run them through a food processor, get them nice and smooth, and then we're going to work on a mint flavored simple syrup. Now that I've got all of the mangoes cubed up, I've put them here in my little food processor, and I'm just going to turn this baby on and give these guys a nice chop just until they're pure. The next thing that goes into this mojito sorbet is peppermint. I'm going to take these peppermint and chop them up nice and fine, and we're going to put them into the simple syrup so that they steep and they infuse all of that good sugariness with a little bit of their awesome flavor. So since these aren't exactly basil leaves, they're going to be a little hard to chiffonade, or however you pronounce that fancy-ass term. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of try and roll them cigar style so that they clump up pretty nice. And I'm just going to take my knife. Yes, it's the same one that I used on my mangoes, and yes, I haven't cleaned it, but I'm just going to take it and run it through my mint leaves so that they come out in these nice chopped pieces. You know, we don't have to get anything, you know, too fancy with this. They're just going to go right back into the sorbet. And, you know, I'm going to leave them there. I'm not going to take them out of my simple syrup because they add a little texture. And come on, who doesn't love a little extra mint in their life? So I'm going to take the rest of these right here. I'm going to chiffonade or chop these suckers up. And I'm going to toss them into a small pot with a simple syrup of 1/2 cup of water and 1/2 cup of sugar. So here we have our simple syrup of 1 part sugar, 1 part water, 1/2 cup of each in this instance, simmering away here on the stove. And I'm just going to take these mint leaves that we chopped up a few minutes ago, and I'm just going to sprinkle them over it and let them steep away like some tea. And this will take about 5 minutes. I'm just going to whisk them in and let them simmer here. Now after that 5 minutes is done, I'm going to take them off of the stove. I'm going to leave the mint leaves in there, and I'm just going to put them into a bowl that I can toss into the fridge and leave it there until it cools and we're ready to put it into our ice cream maker with the rest of our sorbet. What I'm going to do now is take all of the mango puree from earlier, the simple syrup, the lime juice, and the rum, and I'm going to blend it all up in here and do one quick final frappe before we throw it into our ice cream maker and get to making that sorbet. So let's get started. I ended up incorporating 1 tablespoon of lemon zest into the steeped mint simple syrup, just so it gets that extra zesty flavor going on. So I'm just going to throw it into our blender and make sure to scrape all of the goodness into there. And I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of lime juice, pour it right on in, and then 3 tablespoons of just Bacardi light rum, and top it off. So here we go, and okay, here I've got a 1.5 quart ice cream maker with the bowl already frozen overnight. So I'm just going to fit it right on top here, take the mixing paddle attachment, shimmy it right on inside, make sure it fits, top her off, make sure it's locked in, and take that fantastic puree and pour it right on inside. And now that it's doing its business in here and mixing all up, getting all nice and frosty, I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes, keep this cycle going, and we should be good to go. Here it is, 20 minutes out of the ice cream maker. I just put a couple of spoonfuls into these dishes, garnished it with a little mint, and now it's ready to serve. So make these for your friends and get a nice escape from all of this heat that you've been reeling in. So I hope you like it.